What is up, Earthlings? Doobie here. Just evolving and growing. I really like doing these Celtic cross readings. So it just flows very nicely for me. And that way it's timeless. So if somebody comes across it in the future, it's still useful. And I think what I'm going to do is possibly pepper in a little bit of the current astrology. So if you watch them on a daily basis, they're still useful. And if you like that, let me know. If you don't, you can let me know that too. That's fine. While I shuffle, I will discuss that we've got the sun coming up on Pluto. The moon is going to instigate a T-square with Neptune and Mars. There's a lot of angst. It's a shit show out there. And I said something the other day that I'm probably going to start repeating, but if you don't meditate or ground or go for a hike or turn off your fucking TV and put your phone down once in a while, you're going to have a hard time. There's a meme like that. I think it's from South Park or something like that, or you're going to have a bad time. If you believe, like I do, that we're all evolving and growing, I think part of that is going to be having to connect to whatever the fuck you call it that you connect to. I don't care what it is, but Mars, is coming off of a square with Neptune, and that's kind of like, so ready, when I looked at the chart today, it kind of felt like this. A lot of times, and I didn't do this because I just knew I had created quite a mess, but a lot of times when people get sober, they're like, oh shit, yeah, this feels good, on like day 5, and they want to tackle everything. And there's something to be said for, one thing at a time, because at some point you have to clean up your mess, right? Whether it's like, mess is a bad word, or whatever. I'm getting into like a whole weird thing. Everything happens, right? Things are done, but they'll come out or want to get out of rehab and be like, no, like I love being sober. I'm going to fix it all. And that's kind of the feeling that I got from the chart today. The sun approaching Pluto, wanting to like just that, the sun is our soul, it's our being. And Pluto is just the archetype of Hades, like the underworld and the subconscious, the unconscious, power and control. It's like it wants to destroy whatever is like trying to control us or take control of us. And then the moon being all up, in opposition to Saturn. The moon is our emotion. So we're just going to be feeling today feels emotional. So anyway, getting ready for that full moon in Cancer coming up, I think on Sunday. But let me do a little, wait, I said T-square. Now I'm confused. Celtic cross reading. We're going to see what pops out. Two of Swords. That represents you. And again, this is general, so you can just be in this reading somewhere. This is sort of a general energies, what's going on. Two of Swords is, whoa, what? God damn. Okay, Death. So if you're familiar with the tarot, the Death is not like a horrible card, right? Two of Swords is making decisions. She has a blindfold. It can be procrastinating a decision. It can also be you don't have all of the information yet, because she does have that blindfold on, but the moon is behind her. So there's something here about needing to follow our intuition, okay? And this card in the Celtic cross, the first card represents the inquirer, the questioner. Yes, the questioner. So there's a choice that needs to be made. Swords are thoughts. I often think of this card as having to choose, make a decision about the way that we think, right? Are we going to follow the monkey mind, or are we going to go with our gut or our heart? It's like we're thinking about thinking right now. The death card is crossing it. So the crossing card is the card that is getting in the way of this or preventing this, or it could be like these two are related somehow, right? So death is endings, but also new beginnings. The sun is hiding behind, it's peeking out behind here, right? And there are children that are like looking up at death. It's the death card represents something being finished, okay? And this creates a blank slate. This is what I was talking about with that Pluto energy, where Pluto just wants to like have it all come crashing to the ground so that it can be rebuilt properly, without manipulation or being controlled. Wow. So there may be, I'm trying to think of some ways that this might be playing out. Like it could be that we've got to put an end to some sort of controlling situation or something like that. And until we're able to do that, we can't make choices about our life. Now, the third card is what is like the undercurrent. This could be, it's underneath everything. So it could be subconscious. It's not usually very in your face. Now, here's the funny thing. This card is celebrating accomplishments along the way, right? Acknowledging how far we've come in a journey. So we're not necessarily there yet. It's the Six of Wands, but it's important to acknowledge, like, this is how far we've come. These two cards are kind of dark. So we might be in a dark place, just feeling really down, catastrophic. But it's important to acknowledge how far we've come and then look in the past. And these readings, Celtic Cross, whenever I do them, I'm like, it can cover a 6-month period. So like 3 months in the past, 3 months into the future, right? Time is, not real. Anyway, the Three of Swords is heartbreak. That's a healing journey, like in the past 3 months, maybe there has been some sort of heartbreak that we've been trying to recover from. And the Six of Wands wants us to acknowledge the strides that we've made, right? But there is a final death that needs to happen. Like I just kind of got an image of, are we putting something on life support? Are we like beating a dead horse? There's even a horse. That's funny because there's a horse in here. Is there something that this is major letting go energy? There's something that we maybe need to let go, right? The further and further that I go in my journey, and I'm cheating a little bit, but I was thinking about this, but I was listening to somebody yesterday who was talking about it, and I can't remember who it was, but the further I go in my healing journey, I realize that like I can just let something go. like I don't have to burn sage or have a ritual. I'm not dogging on that stuff because that stuff is helpful, right? And I have done it in the past. And that's how I've kind of gotten to this process where it's like, all of that is for the ego. You know what I mean? It's for your brain to be like, okay, I am letting go. And it's really just as easy as like letting go. And I'm not even saying I'm there yet. I'm just saying that that's where I see this going. If I continue doing what I'm doing, but there has been a healing, a broken heart, some sort of journey in the past. Wow, this reading is like super literal. So what is known? Here is what is known. Okay. Wish I could somehow take a picture and put it up, but the Six of Swords. So the Six of Wands, acknowledging how far we've come, is below the surface. This is subconscious, and it's the only nice card in there, right? So we're not we might not be paying credence right now to how far we've come. And then what is known, what we do know, is the Six of Swords. So we have a six subconscious, Six of Wands below, and the Six of Swords above that is known. So we know that we're moving forward, right? We're at some kind of a choice point with regard to moving forward. Maybe it's like a finality or a conclusion. But notice too how this card is kind of dreary. So what I was just sort of got is like, we're just in the going part, right? We're not in acknowledging how far we've come yet. And perhaps it is time to take a look at that. What are we moving towards? The future. Shit, y'all. It is a shit show out there. The devil. This is in the future. Oh boy. Gear up, fellow humans. We've still got a ways to go. The devil card, this is addictions. This is being controlled. Look, they have chains around their necks. However, the point of the card is that they're not stuck there. The chains are loose, like they have chosen this addiction. This is also material reality. It is like the pleasures of the body. The way that I read tarot is that every card has a higher and a lower expression. So, even though the death card and the devil card look bad, I really feel like right now what we're doing is extricating ourselves from material obsessions. Maybe we're coming out of an obsession. Maybe we've lost something. Maybe we're staving off losing things that we feel like are going to be lost, right? And we're going to have to deal with this carnal attachment to it. Like, why do we need that? We don't need that. Like here, look, we're trying to get away from something, right? We're going to walk right into it. No, we're walking right into ourselves. We're getting away from something that we feel like is outside of us. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't wait to get to the rest of these cards. Yes. She's blindfolded. The rest of this journey is within, right? And that is the real conclusion of it. Like we've had these like swords stabbed in our heart. Oh, woe is us, right? But somehow we've played an active role in this. So we think we're getting away from something. And spirit is like, go, like, good, you're doing good. This is subconscious, like acknowledge how far you've come. I'm not saying that this journey was fruitless, because that's why you are like meeting the devil within. Whoa. Wow. This is the more immediate future. So like when I'm reading a Celtic cross for one person, it's kind of the next few weeks. There's conflict, right? We're still going to look at the outside world and argue with it and fight with it. And the people as well, people, things, all that stuff. But, yeah, this is just conflict coming up. How other people view you, how others see you. Temperance. This card is twofold, okay? So the thing I was talking about needing to meditate and all of that stuff. So or pray or get centered or connect to your higher self, God, spirit, universe, whatever you call it. Fucking quiet, just being in quiet and getting this to be quiet, because this can be quiet. Some people don't even realize that. But anyway, other people see you as this, their angel, right? This could very literally mean maybe you are doing really well at keeping up with like nurturing your spiritual life. One thing that I have seen is that when people are ungrounded, when they're jumping into that muck, when I have jumped into that muck, I start seeing other people. Actually, I'm pretty good about not doing this. So, but I see other people seeing other people as like saviors or their salvation, or, you know, they're going to make it better. I need this person to do that, and then I'll be okay. That's kind of how I'm seeing this temperance. The triangle on the angel's dress is represents humanity, and this is about staying balanced. You are your own angel, okay? And don't let yourself be too swayed into other people's bullshit. Basically a summary of like all of the readings I've been doing lately, which is kind of funny. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Look at this. The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is homecoming, spiritual homecoming, feeling at home within ourselves, celebration. We might be afraid to acknowledge any of our successes right now because maybe we're surrounded by darkness, okay? But it's okay to acknowledge our successes. That, you know, this card, God wants us to do that. Finding our way home. We're afraid to find our way home, right? Because we've had all of this stuff, all of these things that we're attached to, the material, whether it's money, whether it's people or a relationship, or and we are it, like we are why we're here, and that's not an easy journey to be on. Some of you are like really going through it in on your enlightenment journey. Interesting. Oh my God. Oh my God. The final outcome card. We got two. So here we got the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is the beginning of a journey. Wands are our heart energy. That's fire energy, spirit, passion, creativity. It's the spiritual journey. And behind this Ace of Wands is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is the wish fulfilled card. Wishes come true, emotional fulfillment, going after and pursuing our wishes. So I'm seeing this as one of two ways. As a final outcome card, or the in summary card, the Nine of Cups, you know, we get a wish fulfilled and then we start a new journey. Like, I mean, never in my life have I gotten what I wanted and been like, okay, I'm completely satisfied now. Never. I mean, that never happens. It's like the journey is in striving. And so give yourself some grace, okay? We're not going to change everything today or over the next couple of days, because that's what this energy feels to me like a little bit. We're purging a lot. We're looking at things that we're stuck to or can't get away from or feel controlled by. And the answers are all within. And we've been fighting this like past hurt, and we've made a lot of progress, okay? Let's acknowledge that we've made a lot of progress. But we're coming to like slaying the dragon. That, oh my God, slaying the dragon. And, you know, gosh, it just feels really big. Today feels really big. So once what they're telling us is that we've got to take like action, even if that's within action, it's like action metaphorically, but really start looking at ourselves, following our gut, following our intuition, getting centered. Because and then we fulfill our own wishes, right? Not anybody else. Gosh, that was good. Okay. Loved it. If you have any questions or are interested in a personal reading, feel free to reach out. My information is below. That went longer than I thought, and I got to be somewhere. So peace. Namaste.